Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TDeFi virtual summit. I'm waiting for David to come in right now. If someone from the team could let him in, he's most likely waiting. We have a jam-packed schedule today. We have two early pitches for TDeFi with Antonio Foundation and Safarium Finance. We also have one, two, three, four, five, six AMAs with some amazing projects such as Unilend, Title Finance, Refinance, CyberFi. One of my favorite upcoming new projects that not a lot of people know about is Manifold. And then an existing project that's been out for a little bit, BeHodler. That'll be with Paul, who's a biz dev. We also have Simone Martin coming on. She's a mentor for TDeFi who's worked in the BVI financial services industry for about 20 years. So we can get some critical feedback from people who are working in the industry hands-on the regulatory front. David, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey buddy, welcome.
Awesome, welcome. You excited for today?
Yeah, it sounds like I think yesterday was great, but we've got a fantastic lineup today. I'm excited, getting slightly goosebumpy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of work goes into curating these types of event. You don't really realize how much until you start doing it, but I'm glad that it's all kind of coming together, kind of working the streets and networks to get some of these amazing projects coming in. So I'm pretty excited to hear what they have to say today. I
Yeah.
know. I think Goraf, our other partner, and Atik will be joining us from Dubai. I believe in 30 minutes or so. We'll have to see when they come in. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah, so for anybody that wasn't with us yesterday or joining us for the first time, we're live from London, New York, and Dubai. We're having virtual pitches and virtual AMAs, kind of hosted by me and Matt, and the guys you're kind of live on the ground in Dubai. They're also hosting live discussions and kind of meet and greets. We had Reggie from Gather Networking yesterday, and he was gracious to be involved in the whole session. And we even had a breakout session and kind of extended that, if you remember, Matt, into kind
Yeah.
of the break, and we had quite a lot of interaction with a bunch of the other guys on the program yesterday too.
Yeah, I feel like that was very natural too because that wasn't scheduled. We had a 2 hour break scheduled, but then we ended up just pivoting into the kind of this larger panel because I guess we had all these great, fantastic presenters together, and it's nice to pick their mind on some of the hot topics of the industry. We talked pretty extensively about interoperability. I hope we can get the same opportunity today because some of the juggernauts that are coming through are going to be some of the biggest projects I think over the next 6 months to 2 years. Guys like Unilend and Refinance and Title during session one. Title is going to be a competitor to Nexus Mutual. Insurance is going to be so big for this space because we need some additional security for on-chain. Unilend, they're going to be doing things with lending, which is going to be huge right now because at this point, I think Maker is maybe the leader for that in terms of collateralization. Refinance going to be one of the leading projects for Polkadot integration, which is going to be huge over the next year or two, in my opinion. We look
Yeah.
we look on that back end. We have CyberFi, Manifold, and BeHodler. CyberFi is essentially solving, the friction currently in DeFi, doing smart limit orders and being able to liquidate your positions without having a permanent loss completely wreck you. In my opinion, for some of us mediums or normies, we do have problems kind of calculating a permanent loss and being able to get out of our positions in time. CyberFi is helping people with automated processes on chain automatically. So I think that's things like that really resonate with me. Manifold, I mean, David, we can't even really stress enough how big Manifold could potentially be.
Yeah.
If you think YFI is big, you should really step back because Manifold is going to be breaking out soon. And I think that a lot of people don't know about it, so it's going to be an amazing opportunity for them to showcase what's coming down pike in the next 30 to 60 days. And BeHodler is an amazing play as well. I think over the next year or two, I always say, David, that funds should really be paying attention to the trend, right?
Hmm.
And for me, that's always been an investment philosophy. I always look at different trends and what's coming up and what could potentially be around the bend, because it's really important to pay attention to that type of stuff. And Bahadur is looking at is kind of taking their own twist on algorithmic stablecoins, right? And also Dollar Protocol is another one that I'm in big, but I think I'm actually a top 10 holder, full disclosure, for scarcity on Bahadur. So I'm happy to have Paul, their biz dev, to come on and close out the session to tell us, the amazing things that are potentially coming over the next 30 days as well. I actually believe that they have a liquidity mining event coming up. So we'll have to see, them coming on the panel as well. So a lot of exciting stuff, not to mention 2 exclusive pitches starting off over the next hour with TDeFi, with the Antonio Foundation and Safarium.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for I guess activists, but people that are just really excited about the space in general in terms of technology advancement. We've had a kind of revolution this year in terms of using things like decentralized exchanges in uni, and there's so many exciting projects out there looking to kind of build on that, increase the kind of UI, UX, and just making the kind of user experience so much more friendly. So it's going to be really interesting to see what some of these projects have to say in terms of, building out that kind of, if you like, that forward-thinking process, enabling us to use these kind of, innovative projects and products so much better. So yeah, like you say, we have 2 pitches coming up pretty much straight away. Most people that were on yesterday, they will realize that the way we've structured this is we've had very little interaction with these projects. So it's kind of as much as it is for the watcher, it's new information for us to kind of keep it real. So I'm excited about that. We had some really good pitches yesterday. Can you think of any specific ones yesterday that stood out for you?
For me on yesterday,
On
for
day one,
sure. I had a lot of feedback privately by a lot of network guys who said that they hadn't heard from Oro Pocket before, and they thought that it was a really good pitch. They really liked the way that the founder presented himself, in different questions. I thought the way he handled himself in the AMA was top notch during that breakout session. He definitely led the charge among the projects.
Yeah.
Another hedge fund manager messaged me and said that that he had been really excited about FinX Flow. I had never heard of them prior to scheduling, but I did enjoy their pitch. I thought he came off very professionally. Maybe there was a couple answers that I kind of maybe disagreed with in the presentation, but I thought that was a really cool surprise to have them on board. Inblocks Me was nice. Obviously, I know Reggie from Gather Network, and it was awesome that he could join us for the live event out in Dubai. I think Dubai is going to be the new Singapore for 2017. If you recall, back in 2017, 2018, Singapore was very friendly from a regulatory perspective, and a lot of fantastic projects were coming out of that southeastern region, specifically headquartering in Singapore. I think at one point even Roger Lim had his headquarters in Singapore for a period of time. But I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more of a shift to the Dubai region. I'm already seeing a number of projects that are already in Dubai. I'm already seeing a lot of things going on. So yeah, I think that's going to be a hotbed for projects coming forward. And then yacht finance ending the day. I had a couple of people asking me, how they can invest and stuff like that, and I had to unfortunately tell them that they're pretty good in investments. They actually just released some bullish news that a publicly traded fund on the London Stock Exchange recently just closed their round. So
yeah,
that was
was
pretty bullish.
Yeah, really
that was
bullish,
bullish for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and they're ready to go. So I thought that their pitch was pretty professional, a nice ending of the day. But I think today's going to be pretty insane and blow it out of the water. So I'm pretty excited to get the day started.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I really thought there was some good discussions yesterday. Inblocks Me was kind of my standout in terms of kind of pitches we weren't aware of. Obviously, already fairly familiar with some of the others like Yop and and Oro. I mean, I think even Oro admitted, Mohit yesterday, the CEO, that during the pitch they had a 15-20% spike in the price. So we're doing everything for them, and I think that probably just stands out, or testament to the fact that he came across. And I think he even dropped a nice little bombshell yesterday in terms of having an announcement around a tier 1 listing. So I'm sure anyone investing in Oro right now are pretty excited.
Yeah, I think so. I think they have a high ceiling. I always talk about saturation in the market, and they're a unique idea, right? I don't see many people capitalizing on gold. We talk about Bitcoin being this digital gold, and much more liquid, to the sense that I always joke with people that if shit hits the fan, what's going to be quicker for you to buy, physical gold or physical Bitcoin, right? And the answer is clear. I can buy Bitcoin on fiat on ramps pretty quickly, probably in like a matter of minutes. But if I wanted to actually own physical gold, I would probably have to go to someone in town, or figure out where to go for that, or contact a broker. And by that point, the price of gold would have already skyrocketed. And spot always is tougher to buy anyway. As you know, David, you and I have had discussions of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I must admit, it was interesting for me. I mean, I am someone that does hold physical gold, and I think that comes from my my background, as you know, being a fund manager for almost 10 years. So it was kind of ingrained into us in terms of being a physical hedge. Now, of course, that was before the days of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, so that's kind of created this new paradigm shift. But I did kind of like the synergy of those two, particularly when the discussion around the fact you can actually earn, you can actually earn by holding that physical, and lease it out for some kind of reward too. So and in fact, most people nowadays, or actually in all cases, people have typically held physical gold at some kind of custody base, or a bank, or some other institution. So it's not like that risk is any different. So I think if they can create a new situation where you can put that money, or in that case the physical gold, to work and earn extra, then I mean it's groundbreaking stuff. So yeah, that's super exciting, and I think that's probably just going to take off more and more. So anyway, Matt, just before we get started today, we're being told that there's an opportunity to kind of show a bit of a compilation video. It's around sort of 9 minutes, and I think that might give people coming in today a bit of an update, a synopsis of really what TDeFi is about, some of the projects that we've been working on as incubated projects, just before we start. So when the team's ready, let's roll that video.
Real quick, David, before they roll that video, just remember today, guys, later, because I want to give some people some time to get started, that people who are submitting questions online for the projects for the AMA, make sure to do so by going to Twitter, tagging the project and tagging TradeDog and saying hashtag TDeFi, hashtag TDeFi demo day, hashtag TDeFi pitch deck. They're going to play the video now, so let's get that started. Hey, we're not hearing any sound, by the way, on our end, and it's not coming through to the video. Yeah, you have to, for some reason, your sound's not being shared. I can hear it through your microphone.
Yeah, sorry guys, it seems we're having some technical issues. So
yeah, it's a little difficult on on Zoom, I feel like, because you don't really have the full control of the sound. So maybe we'll re-show the video in a few minutes once we can get the sound issue fixed.
Sound नहीं आ रहा था. I'm sorry.
No worries. Please mute your microphone. Thanks.
Okay, so while they're getting that sorted, Matt, maybe we can just kind of like pivot back into maybe some things that we're looking forward to maybe today. Any specifics? I know you mentioned around sort of some of the projects and some of the kind of innovative things they're building, but is there anything that kind of stands out for you that you're kind of most looking forward to? I guess that's tough. We got a big big lineup, so.
Yeah, you know, I've been working with CyberFi for a while now. I kind of know their product, you know, internally, and same with Manifold and Bahadler. I think what I'm most looking forward to is Tidal. They're a little bit newer to me, and I'm really passionate about the insurance space. You know, I think Nexium Mutual or whatever is doing a great job, or Nexus Mutual, but you know, Tidal is the second kind of big project that has a lot of backing coming forward today, which I think is going to be pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to them coming on board. I'm looking forward to potentially having a bigger discussion about I'm looking forward to having a bigger discussion about just generally if we can have another breakout session, you know, where especially like the groups are really coordinated in keys. So you have session 1 where it's Uniland, Tidal, and Reef. I mean, that's going to be pretty crazy. Those are 3 juggernauts that can potentially be on one breakout session, and then you're going to have CyberFi, Manifold, and Bahadler. So you know, those 2 pairings are pretty good. And you also have Simone on board, who will be a mentor and you know, BVI financial regulator expert. And then the first group can be joined by some of the pitching startups with the Tanio Foundation and Safarium Finance, right? So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty clear.
Great. So for anyone that's not again that familiar with the process, TDeFi is an accelerator, but also we're building a network ecosystem of projects. So if you kind of want to understand really the process of the last 2 days, including today and the next 2 days, so 4 days in total, it's more around exposure to new and up and coming projects that are at different levels of their development cycle, and we're giving them an opportunity to pitch live to the mentors, and with the opportunity of potentially being incubated by TDeFi. We're also bringing a number of very established companies, projects from, I guess, different levels of development, Matt, and really to sort of like expose or give exposure really to them and to the projects that are pitching. The whole idea really is to bring this ecosystem together of network strategic partners to really help build a value for each other. So that's kind of the best way to describe the synopsis of the 4-day event. And as we say, we're coming live from Dubai. You guys might be seeing now, we've got there's 2 of the mentors from Dubai live, and it looks like they have a guest from what I can see on the picture. I don't know if those guys can hear us, whether they want to just say hello. Hey guys, can you say hi to the people from Dubai?
Hey.
Hey, I think you're on the wrong mic.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go through the same pain we went yesterday. So let's use just this one and have the feed with the other one for now.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just when you speak, it doesn't show you guys.
That can happen now.
There we go.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
So we've just been kind of introducing today. We had hoped to show the intro video, but we had some technical issues, unfortunately. So maybe we'll get a chance to do that a little bit later, maybe during one of the breakout sessions or something. So yeah, we've just kind of introduced today about different things going on. We wanted to know what are you guys most excited about today? Have you got any kind of preconceived ideas or thoughts?
I think from my point of view, I'll be most excited about the two pitches and the fantastic projects that are visiting us today. Obviously, the more diplomatic answer would obviously would cover everyone, but then to be very true to the answer, I have my close friend Simon coming in today, addressing one of the most burning questions. And I also want to put into perspective that BVI happens to be the host of Bitphoenix, USDT, Dell Chain, and Dell Bank. These are the institutions, financial centers of crypto, accounting for a large chunk of overall global trading. So BVI has exceptionally performed in terms of legal frameworks and administrating these activities, so that they have reached to a level, they've scaled to a level of global adoption and functionality wherein large projects, even those raising in billions, I don't want to name any, but they're still struggling and have struggled for ages just with the compliance part with the respective regulators. So I think that session would be extremely enlightening for DeFi, especially because everybody is financial, people, DeFi essentially has finance in it and vibed in it. So these projects will have a good roadmap, good guidance, some word of advice from Simon. And then these AMAs are mostly heavy lifting projects that have created good reputation in the space and have done and certainly done things right. That guidance might as well help a lot of projects that are watching this feed and trying to build something, trying to come up with an idea. I think that guidance would be pivotal for them to set the right course towards success.
Yeah, perfect. I think
Awesome.
that's a
Yeah.
good. Sorry, Matt,
Yeah,
you wanted to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say in about 3 minutes we're gonna be starting the first pitch. Gaurav, are we just so the viewers at home understand? Are we gonna be switching videos today? Or are we running with one video?
We are switching the videos. They have the users will have a separate YouTube live stream.
Okay.
On YouTube, so they can start viewing that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So if you guys are watching us right now, the way we're setting it up is that, each pitch and each AMA will have their own separate video. So just go to the Trade Dog video section and you'll see the new link pop up, and also subscribe and like, and you'll get notified via email as well. It's probably the easiest way. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Is there anything you guys want to say in the next 3 minutes before we switch over to the first pitch?
Yeah, so let me just jump in there if I can, Matt. So I think just following on from what you were saying, anyone that's following us right now, and I can see there's quite a few, please make sure that you follow us on social media, particularly on YouTube and Twitter, and make sure that you click the bell button, so that gives you the announcement that when we move to a new feed. Yeah, I just wanted to touch for literally 30 seconds before we drop this feed on something that Gaurav mentioned. I think part of the TDeFi value add is having a very, very deep network of mentors. He mentioned about the regulatory side of that with Simone, who's coming on in a bit. So I think this is something that that really does stand out. And I'm super excited and interested to see what she says. I think everybody in this space is always interested in that type of thing. So we're going to end it there, guys, and we're going to move over to the next feed, and we'll go live with our first pitch.